What is going on, you guys? It's the Boom TB coming at you today with a brand new video. In today's new video, we're going to be talking about my gaming life story. Let's do this.
And fell in love over coffee. Well, you were looking so damn pretty. I forgot to breathe. Now I get choked up cause I'm running on a high.
So, guys, I guess a little bit of a long story, so go ahead and get your snacks or whatever you want to go eat, or if you already got them, whatever. So, my gaming life story. You know, I always knew video games were going to go big. Didn't realize it was going to go this big as it is now, with esports and so forth. But let's go from the beginning. I think that's a good spot to start at. So, in the beginning, for me, originally I had a Nintendo DSi XL, and it cost $200, which was a lot of money for a well, not even a 10-year-old kid. I was like 8 at the time. And I bought it. I paid $100 out of birthday cash, and my parents helped pay the rest of it, and I played the snot out of that. I think I even still have it too, so it got pretty big. And then I met this guy. I talked about it in my life story. Link will be right there. And I basically talked about a guy named Zachary Poloni. You know, I've been trying to see if I can get connected back with him. So far, I haven't been able to. But me and him were great friends in South Carolina. And he actually got me introduced to Xbox. Now, I didn't realize that there was a thing called an Xbox. In fact, it was mind-boggling for me to be able to see a guy wearing an earpiece and talking to a guy. Like, I'm like, who are you talking to? You know, I was just blindsided. Well, I wouldn't say blindsided, but I didn't know that technology had advanced that far. And so, the first game he mainly introduced me to was Halo 3. Why? Well, I guess he's somewhat of the influence that got me into Halo so much. Is every time I play Halo, it kind of brings back the good memories I had between me and him, you know, and so forth. And then I guess the second game that I used to play was Call of Duty Black Ops 2 and 1 on the original 360. And I was pretty bad at Call of Duty. I was decent with Halo, but I was bad at Call of Duty. And I'm okay now. Not really liking too much of the exo jumps, but it is what it is. But next off, I went to I guess start playing the Wii. So I moved over to Nintendo a little bit for a little while. And main reason is because the Nintendo was a little bit cheaper for, I guess, a family console to be able to get during the time. You know, and I think I actually had a ton of games on there. I think I had like Ben 10, like a really old rip-off game of Ben 10. I also had a like museum game that I still can't beat to this day due to I don't know how to work it, and I didn't realize you could look up on the internet about how to beat certain things for video games and so forth. The next thing after that I got was a iPod, a Apple iPod, and I was just shocked about touchscreen because I didn't even know that was a thing. Because I mean, shoot, I never realized the full grasp of the world around me. You know, I didn't realize that there was a thing called even seat warmers in a car. Like, having that to me would be a luxury. And now that it's like everywhere now, it's like, oh, okay, you have it, cool. And so forth. It's kind of like the same thing with Apple iPhones. It's like, oh, you either have one or you don't. And if you don't, you probably have a Samsung, you know? It is what it is, and that's just how it is. The next thing I was able to get was for Christmas, on my 10th birthday, I got a Xbox 360. It was the slim version of the Xbox 360, and it came with the Kinect. And I got it bundled with Halo 4. And originally, you know, I didn't have Xbox Live at the start because, you know, I didn't know what that was. I didn't know how to work it and so forth. But I played the snot out of Halo 4. I mean, I still have to this day my Xbox 360 with the Kinect and Halo 4 and all the other Halo games. The only other Halo games I don't have is the Halo Master Chief Collection and Halo 2. And that's because I wasn't able to get the original Xbox console, which is like the very old one. I'm going to call it the brick because that's kind of what it is now. It's a brick. But, you know, and it was great. Absolutely great. And fantastic. And then next up, what we did is we started, I guess, little playtimes in a sense, if that's still a thing, where we would kind of set up like game schedule days where like I would come over to his house and bring my controller and Halo 4 and we'd play Halo 4 multiplayer, or he would bring his controller over or Call of Duty or whatever, and we play it on my console. And we had fun. We did. Then sadly I had to move due to my dad being retired from the Air Force and wanting to get a job picked up here where I live now. And that's when basically it all started. Is then once I moved here where I'm at now, I was then able to pick up Xbox Live, and that introduced. But yeah, as I was saying before, once I moved here, you know, that's where I started to pick up Xbox Live and Xbox Gold and so forth. So originally I only had Xbox Live for about a year, and then I picked up on Gold. So in theory, I had my Xbox 360 for about 6 years. Well, actually, now that I think about it, probably more than that. I probably had it for like 7. And yeah, that was really amazing. Then I met these guys that I met to my school. One of them was named Cooper French, and he's probably watching this video right now as we speak, probably laughing his butt off over at me making all these videos and so forth. So just for you, Cooper, or whoever thinks I'm funny and so forth, and all the fails that I do, and me and my stuttering, I'm hoping to release a fails montage of all the clips and bloopers that I have out there, which some of them are actually edited out, so some of them you haven't even seen before. So once that releases, that's going to be like right there, so go check that out. But after I picked up on Xbox Live, I then moved over to a clan. Yeah, a clan. Woo. Like, even my parents made fun of me for being in the clan every day. And, you know, I guess in a way it kind of helped me escape reality, you know. It helped me deal with the idea that, you know, I wasn't alone. Like, there was other people that had bad days, and most of those bad days were, like, every day for them. So it helped me, my personality, and kind of my goal here on YouTube to try to help everybody I see. You know, if a person comments down below or whatever, I'm going to try to reply back if it's a replyable or, you know, question and so forth. I mean, if it's not, then, you know, I'm probably not going to reply. I mean, I'm going to view. I view all my comments. Until I grow big, like we're talking probably 500,000 subscribers. Then I'll probably only do like 5-minute comment reviews, and I'll probably do the first 5 minutes of the comments I see on the video. After that, I'll probably stop. You know, and that's a long way down the road. That's like, assuming, going at the pace we're going right now, that's going to take about 3 years. And that's if I upload constantly and make new, intriguing content for you guys. But let's focus here on the gaming side, because that's what this video is all about. So, this clan was originally named Forfeit. Now, if you go look it up on YouTube right now, excuse me, not YouTube, on Google, it will bring up a brand for fitness and so forth. So, we couldn't go with Forfeit. Then we moved over to CRSW. And that's where things started to get pretty big. I'm going to go ahead and... yeah. I'm going to edit that out, so... So, because of where I live right now, I'm gonna go ahead and change location. So I'm gonna be in my room. Yeah. So, be right back. All right, guys. Now that we're in my room, and then you don't have to deal with the rain and so forth. I moved over to CRSW, and that's what we kind of made the name. It's an acronym in a sense. It means cross swords, which don't look that up. I'm dead serious. Um, like there'll probably be a few Halo images out there, but I'm just saying for whatever reason, people can put images out there that they don't want to be seen and so forth. Um, and I stayed with them. We had our downfalls, you know, we had our problems, and we kind of built on those, and we tried to improve on each other. Iron sharpens iron. That was kind of our motto in a sense. Besides, for the swords and and so forth. But mainly it was going good, you know, and then this happened where I had to. I think I was doing bad in school. So then I had to no I was pretty much grounded from Xbox. And that kind of declined people and members in the clan. And then next you know, I realized there's only 3 people left in the clan out of 52, which is very, that's a very drastic change, and so forth. Um, and then we pretty much rebuilt it back up. That happened like 7 times that people were leaving and doing whatever and so forth. People were moving on because they realized that nothing's going on here, so we'll move on. Um, I was the leader of it, and it did okay. We almost picked up a sponsorship up with Razer, and originally I didn't even realize what Razer was until, I looked them up, and then I saw, wait, there's a Razer product for scooters, and then there's a Razer for gaming, and so forth. But, you know, after, I believe it was near the beginning of no, midway of 2016, I left them. Thank God I left them. To move over to esports team. And, you know, that was a lot better, to say the least. It was warming, it was comfortable, I felt welcomed. And I felt like that I could actually improve on stuff that I do. And next thing you know, I come to find out that our our team captain, wasn't being as active as he needed to be. And they dropped him, and because I was such good friends with him, they dropped me as well. Then we moved over to another esports team called Iceblock 6. And it looks like that this is going to be very successful. Definitely very successful. It's basically a group of streamers, and we do have a competitive side. And it's just this big, huge community. And it's growing. Like, we have over 15,000 followers on Twitter at this current moment on our main page, Twitter page, which is pretty big, and those are all active live followers, and that's huge, absolutely huge to have a big outreach like that. And this is how it basically works: is it's built on small communities. Wherever you're from or whatever you do, you can be there and be watched and make good money out of it and so forth. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much my whole life, gaming and so forth. I thought that y'all might wanted to hear this from my end, and in case you didn't know me personally or didn't even know my backstory of what I did and so forth. So there you go. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much out for me. I'm gonna let my new outro play out. So hope y'all enjoy it. Peace.